Yeah, the only thing I would add is just my understanding that the military is doing what the military always does, and that is perform contingency planning for all possible scenarios, including a presence beyond August 31st. I think that process is ongoing. In addition to that, the State Department continues to engage with the Taliban in discussions about an extension of that deadline. I don't think that our presence beyond August 31st should be contingent on agreement with the Taliban, but it's obvious that an agreement with the Taliban would be preferred and would reduce the risks, and we should continue to try to achieve that. Finally, I would say is, the president has a very complicated and very challenging set of decisions to make, and he has to balance a number of different competing requirements, and one of those is operational security considerations. So I wouldn't expect, nor would I ask necessarily for our intentions or a decision to be forecast in advance of August 31st. Our message is very simple, that we think that that should happen, that there's very broad and deep bipartisan support within the United States Congress, which is reflective of the broad and deep bipartisan support across the United States of America, that we believe overwhelmingly the United States Congress and the American people would be behind a decision and would support the decision and are asking the president to make that decision. But of course, the time and manner within which he makes that decision has to be weighed against the various operational concerns.
Congressman Crow, so there's some reporting out today that in a classified briefing with Secretaries Blinken, Austin, and General Miley, you pressed them to give you an estimate on how many Americans are still in Afghanistan, and they declined. I was wondering if you could share your reaction or what you make of that.
Yeah, so I don't discuss classified briefings, and I don't talk about what I heard and what I said. So I will just talk about on that topic what I've been pressing publicly and what I've asked for. And yes, I have been working with a coalition, a Democratic and Republican coalition in Congress to expand the SIV program and to expedite that program. And part of that is the increase of the cap. 3 weeks ago, we increased the cap from 11,000 to 19,000, almost doubled that. Now we're in discussions, bipartisan discussions, about an additional cap increase, because obviously the demand has greatly increased in the last 10 days for that program. So we are trying to get an answer from the U.S. State Department as to the current pipeline so that we can have bipartisan discussions in the House about what a cap increase would need to be. And I have not yet received that answer from the State Department.
Okay, so how high would you, like, what would the number for the cap be that would be satisfying?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
How high would you like the cap to go?
I'd like the cap to go as high as is necessary to get people that assisted the United States mission and protected American men and women to safety. We need to get that information from the State Department as to how many eligible Afghans are asking for evacuation and asking to participate in that program. That is not my guess. Nor is that what I want or don't want. There is an objective answer to that, and that is the number of Afghans who are eligible and have raised their hand and asked for participation in the program. That's the number we're trying to get.